So, if you read and study the freedom model for addictions, you might deconstruct the idea that you're an addict, right? You might deconstruct the idea that you're not in control of yourself, right? Proof of that is if a billionaire gives you 1 billion of his money for you to not PMO for 1 year, and if you fail, he's taking that money from you, and he has a way to know that you will fail or succeed. You know, you will succeed not doing PMO for 1 year because you are in control. If you really were not in control, you would PMO even in that scenario. So PMO, like every action, it's a cost and benefits evaluation that you do beforehand. And because you believe that doing PMO has more benefits, you choose to do it. Now, where I wanted to get to is that once you reach this understanding that you just have benefits in your eyes that outweigh the costs of PMO, and that's why you do it. You might think that one of these benefits is pleasure. I just feel so much pleasure that it outweighs all the negatives. But I started to think just right now, how does pleasure actually mean anything? I'm not saying pleasure doesn't exist. I'm saying that maybe it's an incomplete explanation. For instance, when we go eat, we feel pleasure while eating. Why? Like, do we go eating cause we want to feel pleasure, or do we go eating cause we are hungry? We go eating cause we are hungry, and the more hungry we are, the more pleasure we feel. So same for PMO. The more you think it's gonna do its thing, the more you think PMO is gonna bring to the table this benefit you're looking for, the more pleasure you will feel. But the pleasure itself is not the benefit. The pleasure itself is just the byproduct of PMO doing its thing to the actual thing you're trying to fix. Like in your cost and benefit balance, you don't have pleasure sitting here in the benefits. You have something else that you need to identify, that I need to identify, I guess. And this thing that we believe it's solving is giving us the pleasure. And so the key, according to the freedom model, to my understanding, would be to identify this benefit that we believe PMO is fixing. And if we think this benefit is pleasure, I feel like it's an incomplete view. Why do I feel so much pleasure for eating? Because I'm hungry. Not because of pleasure. Right? And PMO isn't always pleasurable, you know. If it's the hand of someone else that's masturbating you and that person is disgusting to you, for various reasons, you're not gonna feel pleasure even if you orgasm. It's gonna be like ugh. So if the benefit that we saw in PMO was pleasure, wouldn't PMO be inherently pleasurable in that case? So I feel like pleasure is just a byproduct of the actual benefit that we are trying to use PMO for, and that we have yet to understand clearly, I guess.